Hey my friends, welcome back to library. Today is Wednesday, June 3rd, 2020, and next week will be our last library class for the school year. So we have a few more stories to listen to and a few more songs to sing, and then it will be time for summer. So I hope you guys are having a super awesome week. I miss you all so much, and I'm excited to read to you today. The first story I want to read to you is called Caps for Sale, and this was actually Mrs. Capello's favorite book when she was in preschool. So it's an old story, but it's still a very great story, and maybe you've heard it before. So it's called Caps for Sale. Caps for Sale. Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not like an ordinary peddler carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. First he had on his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, and then a bunch of brown caps, and a bunch of blue caps, and at the very top a bunch of red caps. See all those caps on his head? A peddler is like someone who sells things. He walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight as to not upset his caps. As he went along, he called, "Caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street calling, "Caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," said he. And he walked out of town slowly, so as not to upset his caps. You think you could balance all those caps on your head? I don't know if I could. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place to rest," thought he, and he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. They were all there. So he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. Do you notice anything? What's he missing? Ah, caps. But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. All he felt was his own checked cap. He looked to the right of him, no caps. He looked to the left of him, no caps. He looked in back of him, no caps. He looked behind the tree, no caps. Then he looked up into the tree, and what do you think he saw? Do you have any guesses of what might be in the tree? Maybe some birds? On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap. That is so silly. Look at all those monkeys. The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. Do you think they speak English? "You monkeys, you," he said, shaking a finger at them. "You give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, "Tss, tss." This made the peddler angry, so he shook both hands and said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook both their hands back at him and said, "These are not very kind to monkeys." Now he felt quite angry. He stamped his foot. and he said, "You monkeys, you better give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss." By this time the peddler was really very, very angry. He stamped both his feet and shouted, "You monkeys, you must give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped both their feet back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss." Wow, he must be getting very frustrated. At last he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap, threw it on the ground, and began to walk away. But then each monkey pulled off his cap. Now they're taking off their caps. What do you think is going to happen? You think he's going to get the caps back? And all the gray caps, and all the brown caps, and all the blue caps, and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. Wow, the monkeys are finally taking off their caps. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. And slowly, slowly he walked back to town calling, "Caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." The end. So, what were the monkeys doing? You're right, they were copying the peddler. So when he stamped his feet, they stamped their feet. When he shook his finger, they shook their finger. When he waved his hands, they waved his hands. And finally, when he took off his cap, they took off their caps too. So that's how he got them back. I hope you guys really liked that story. Our next one is going to be kind of a silly story. It's by our friend Mo Willems, and we've read lots of books by him. So this is called Sam, the Most Scaredy Cat Kid in the Whole World. Sam, the most scaredy cat kid in the whole world. Sam was the most scaredy cat kid in the whole world. That is a really scared face. He was scared of anything and everything. Blink. Ah! Eek! Oh dear. No. So he's scared of pigeons. He's scared of spiders. He's scared of dogs. He's scared of rain. Roar, 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 roar. Except his friend Leonardo, the terrible monster. Hi, Leo. So he's not scared of Leo. One day, Sam made a particularly scary discovery. Frankenthaler and Carrie. Ooh, a new monster and a new friend. Ah! Yelled Sam. Eek! Yelled Carrie. Carrie was the second most scaredy cat kid in the whole wide world. So they're scared of each other's monsters. Don't worry, said Leonardo to Sam. That's just Frankenthaler. She's nice. Don't worry, said Frankenthaler to Carrie. That's just Leonardo. He's nice. I'm not scared of that monster, replied Sam. I'm not scared of that. I'm scared of that kid, said Carrie. So they're not scared of the monsters. They're scared of each other. Eek! Yelled Sam. Ah! Yelled Carrie. Something had to be done. Why would they be scared of each other? So the monsters made a big decision. What do you think they're going to do? They left. Figure it out, said Leo. Sam had no idea what he should do. Carrie had no idea what she should do. So they had that in common. They're both trying to figure out what to do. Turns out they had a lot of things in common. Eek! They're running away from a spider. Ah! Kissing! Yuck! Brain freeze! But not everything. Ah! Yay! Tuna fish salad? Achoo! Yikes! So they have some things in common, but not everything. He likes tuna fish, she doesn't. She likes cats, he's allergic. He likes to play the flute, she doesn't like it. And she likes to play guitar, and he says, yikes! It was confusing for both scaredy cats. So Sam made a big decision, and so did Carrie. When Leonardo and Frankenthaler returned, the two scaredy cats were gone. Where do you think they went? Tee-hee! Shh. Uh-oh. Are they hiding? Think they're hiding? Surprise! They had been replaced by two new friends. Wow, they got them. Of course, Leonardo and Frankenthaler were surprised. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. They were also delighted. Roar, 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 hee hee wee. The end. What I love about that story is that they were at first afraid to be friends, and then once they got to know each other, they realized they could actually be best friends. So sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but you can always find something that you like about someone to be friends with. All right, I hope you enjoyed those stories, guys. We are going to sing some scarf songs and some of our story time songs next, so get your scarves ready, and I'll see you there. Bye.